Welcome to the bold analysis. The Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, has been infiltrated under these two interests. The two interests that are at the center of Azimio la Umoja infiltration. And that infiltration has actually shown its ugly face when the coalition were trying to find ways of coming up with the list of those who are going to represent them in the Obasanjo Commission. And I want to explain it this way. These two interests is, there are some concerted efforts to make sure that Raila Odinga, and let me not say Raila Odinga, that Azimio la Umoja is vanquished from the Mount Kenya equation. That's one interest. Number two is to break the chemistry between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, because any political formation, any political fold that can be crafted to face William Ruto in 2027 must have Raila and Uhuru behind. One person can finance, the other person can mobilize. It is that simple. And that is why those two interests have successfully been used to infiltrate Azimio la Umoja. And let me start with the first one. A lie has come out to leak, allegedly to leak some fallout between Martha Karua and the rest of Azimio leaders. And the reason I'm saying the Azimio is infiltrated is because who is leaking those information now? What a lie is saying is Martha Karua was insisting on Jeremiah Kioni to be part of that team. And of course, in that case, someone had to be left out. If you look at the team that Azimio la Umoja has proposed, the two, one member, the National Assembly, that is the minority leader, Opiyo Wandayi. The two non-parliamentary members are Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa. And then there is Kisii Senator Omogeni, is also there, and Kilifi Women Rep. Allegedly, a lie is saying that Martha Karua wanted Jeremiah Kioni simply because there is a vouching for representation of Mount Kenya. I totally want to agree to it to that extent. But I'm saying the fact that a lie is doing such a leakage and portraying an image of division is playing William Ruto's trap. That is why sometimes I say a lie is playing, acting William Ruto script. And that is the first instant of that penetration. Number two, if indeed the composition of bipartisan talks will have to take the regional card, then its essence has been watered down. Because, as far as I understand it, that team is not a new political party. It's not a new political party. It's not a bargain chip. Even the previous bipartisan talk, the previous committee that was formed, it did not cut across. You know, you cannot represent all of us. And I want to ask this very honestly. That do you want to convince me that Eugene Wamalwa has been picked because he's a lawyer? The answer is no. Eugene Wamalwa and Jeremiah Kioni are the eyes of Uhuru Kenyatta in Azimio la Umoja. So if you take Eugene and leave Jeremiah Kioni, you've picked in the two they represent Uhuru Kenyatta. It's that simple. And so that is why I am saying that an argument entertaining the fact that even such a fallout is coming out is already a blunder. Number two, the fallout on tribe doesn't really add up, because Kenya Kwanza bloggers have picked that narrative, and I saw Kanini Kega and some other person now trivializing Azimio la Umoja and saying that Mount Kenya stake is not there. But I'll tell you, this is more deep. Then the second interest is Uhuru Raila chemistry. The reason why this is being pushed is that Uhuru and Raila are getting their people in. So there are those who want to insinuate that if Jeremiah Kioni is not part of that team, then Uhuru Kenyatta has differed with Raila. No. But as I told you, those are the leakages coming from it. It might be too early, but I'd rather be too early than too late, too little. Within the Azimio la Umoja fold, there are a bunch of traitors. A bunch of traitors working against the cause. I want to say this for avoidance of doubt. There are those within Azimio la Umoja that do not want that bipartisan talks to go on, or rather to get the light of the day, and they're simply playing Ruto's script of scuttling it. Because someone sees some political bunker points emboldened. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, you will remember some point here when it was communicated clearly that some people didn't want bipartisan, didn't want to meet Suluhu. But then, the choice of Kalonzo Musyoka to be in that team was a Raila Uhuru masterstroke. It's Raila Uhuru masterstroke because it's what is going to hold grip. But you know, Kalonzo Musyoka is a diplomat. Yeah, in terms of his leadership, he's a soft power person. He's not a hardcore man. He's a soft power, and it's also a statesman. He's also an elder. Why do you think Kalonzo? I want to answer that, but before I answer that question, let me remind you about Top Mark Movers here. Top Mark Movers are amazing company helping, or rather doing, relocation. Whether you're moving your household is moving from one place to the other, your office furniture or stationery, and you want to relocate your office, then you need a reliable company that can help you move your treasures safely in a very professional manner and very reliable, so that they don't negotiate corners with your items. That is why you need to contact Top Mark Movers. Top Mark Movers, they are saying they are at the center of every quality, on quality delivery of the service. Contact them at 07 19 17 43 93. 07 19 17 43 93. Get to Top Mark Movers, and I'm telling you, you will not regret. Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta wants to boost the profile of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Boosting the profile of Kalonzo Musyoka is, according to me, part of the wider packaging ahead of the next election. Let me tell you, the outcome of that mediation is going to give sort of not a full direction, but it's going to give us a skeleton direction of what we should expect, or the next political discourse that we're going to have as a country. And then those who also are yearning for the same, But the truth be told, the only person that can then confront William Ruto on ballot, if not Raila, it's Kalonzo. Then you get the other people to back Kalonzo Musyoka. And that is why I think even Kenya Kwanza, they have infiltrated the whole race to scuttle within the Azimio space, because, you know, it's very clear here that if the talks succeeds, then it will be as an effect of that protest. And the Azimio, or rather Kenya Kwanza, knows very well that Kalonzo is the next target in the line. Kalonzo is the candidate in the line if Azimio is to hold together until the next election. Number two, Kalonzo would benefit clearly from leading post-mediation activity. If there are some points of action after that mediation, what is going to be agreed, then Kalonzo will stand a very prime chance of pursuing that or still leading in that front, because he's going to get visibility. And I want to believe if there is a statement that will come from that mediation, it's going to be released by Kalonzo. There is no way it will be flagged by the other junior politicians, then the other junior politicians speak on his behalf. He's probably going to be the prefect of the whole. And this unsettled many Kenya Kwanza, and that's why there was a bit of that infiltration, because Eugene and Kalonzo Musyoka all listens to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, clearly. So those who have even been calling Raila Odinga, I think Raila Odinga's few confidence there is Opiyo Wandayi and the women rep from Kilifi. Those can only be his confidence. But Eugene Wamalwa, and so that is why there is a bit of that infiltration. Now, those talks, I think the decision to pick Kalonzo was to boost the profile and also to show the seriousness that Azimio la Umoja have. I've also understood that Kenya Kwanza are thinking of bringing in Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. That will be bringing in Musalia Mudavadi. I think that will be a welcome call, so that we see how it goes. But on this, I still believe that unless Azimio la Umoja puts their house in order, there is a bit of it, because it has been infiltrated. You know, let's not bury our head in the sand. William Ruto is lethal. Yes, he is lethal, and is using everything. There are state resources at his disposal. He has money. If he's giving schools, in a week he can give a school 10 million, 20 million, 3 million. Then what do you think money can't do? You know, people have always thought it's about principles, but what do you think money can't do? So that is why I believe if Azimio la Umoja are to have a tangible and a concrete pathway to 2027, then they must work and remain firm, because the storm is very strong.